gave up 1 week's feed to pay for your colored hair.
Hear ye, introducing your excellency, King of Kings, Chiefs of Chiefs, Emperor Bakaru of Amaru.
Thank you. Shouts out to you, the true Aboriginal Americans. Rise up. Today I want to talk about castles in America. Who built them? We know who didn't build them. If they didn't build them, who did? Who had the mathematics? Who had the creativity? Today I want to prove that America have castles. And if we have castles here in America, who built them? You always hear so-called African Americans, FBA, say America was built on our backs. Well, America was already built before 1492. We already had a government. We already had law. We already had jobs. We was the center of trading. We were feeding the world from America. So these castles prove civilization was already in America.
So there are medieval castles that can be found all over Europe that were built by the Moors. And many people are aware of the fact that these castles were built by the Moors when the Moors ruled Europe. But what most people don't know is that these very same castles can be found in the Americas, proving that the Moors ruled the Americas and were present in the Americas as well, not just in Europe. So if we look at the castles, and we look at the castles that can be found in America, even if we look at this poster that was made by white people when they arrived to America, if you look closely, you can see there is a castle in the left corner. You can clearly see, this is a Moorish castle present in America when white people arrived. So these are just a few of the castles that can be found in North America that we can clearly see were built by the Moors. The same people who built the medieval castles that are found all over Europe also built many medieval castles in North America as well. So all of the medieval castles that can be found in North America prove that the Moors were not just ruling all of Europe, but they were also ruling and inhabiting all of North America as well. So something else I want to show you is the white headband that was worn by the Moors. This white headband is very important to connecting the peoples of Africa, Europe, and the Americas. So we can see the Moors of Europe with their white headbands. And remember that I've explained in The Mayans Were Egyptians that Punt, or the land of Punt, is Europe. And we can see the Queen of Punt is wearing her white headband as well. And another thing is, if we look closely at the soldiers to the right that came with Hatshepsut on her journey to Punt, you will see that they are wearing white headbands as well. The soldiers that came from Egypt with Hatshepsut and the Queen of Punt's husband, they are wearing the same clothing. This shows us that the Queen of Punt is not only in Europe with her white headband, but this shows us that her husband is an Egyptian. and he is dressed just like the Egyptian soldiers. And if we look at ancient Egypt, we can see that just like the Moors of Europe who wore their white headbands, the ancient Egyptians wore these white headbands as well. So it's important to know that there are three major seats of power in the world today: America, Europe, and Rome. And it's important to know that the Moors ruled all three empires. And we can look at the fact that white people have tried very hard to cover up the presence of the Moors in the Americas. But all we have to do to find the truth is look at the Habsburg family. The House of Habsburg represented the Moors who ruled America, Europe, and the Roman Empire. So if you look at the Habsburg family, according to white people, the Habsburg family was exterminated. According to white people, they exterminated the male bloodline of the Habsburg family. The Habsburg family was the most important family of the Moors because this family and this bloodline produced all of the kings of Europe, all of the kings of America, and all of the kings of the Roman Empire. And according to the Caucasian records, this male lineage of the House of Habsburg has been exterminated. So who is this Caucasian pretending to be of the Habsburg bloodline? Again, if the Habsburgs were exterminated, why is it that we see a male bloodline of Habsburgs today? Why is there a Caucasian Habsburg family tree if the Habsburgs were exterminated? So it's just like I've explained in the fake European genealogy charts and fabricated ancestry. The original Habsburg family were black Moors. They ruled America, Europe, and the Roman Empire, the three seats of power today. And even though white people lie and say that the Habsburg family has been exterminated, this is not true. So again, this is another prime example of how the cave beasts have stolen empires and kingdoms, even family names that they have stolen from the original rulers of the world. They have set themselves up as the modern rulers of the world today, all based on lies and fabricated genealogy charts.
They taught you history in America started in the 1400s, when history of America goes back before Christ. Don't think that there was not ancient royalty or great people on this continent before 1492. Ancient castles are all over America. This land was already thriving with ancient structures and beautiful architecture before colonization. Imagine all the wealth taken in this country and lied about over time. Think about it. We know the truth now.
Hey, YouTube family, real quick. I am inside a giant palace, which is like a fortress, right here in Atlanta, guys. Like I said, America is not what you guys been lied. It's actually ancient and Lower Egypt, like Kemet. And we are the Egyptian guys. They have lied to us about our true identity, history, heritage, and culture, my dear brothers and sisters. Guys, you are special. The time is coming where those who have stole our land, massive restitution to pay guys. This land ain't what you guys think it is, sir. This right here is a giant ancient palace, and I am on it. And I'm getting all kind of charges and frequencies on this land. I'm buying. That's what it is, guys. That ancient tree right there, man. Just touch that tree, you got to be charged off that tree. This land is sitting on what seems to be at least 16, 70 acres. That's what this land is, guys. It's just some of it. I'll give you guys some more looks at it later on. That's what this is, guys. It's beautiful. Nobody's really out here, guys, because people don't know what this is. It's hidden in plain sight. But these people are good at hiding things in plain sight. Look at all that beautiful land, guys. All of that beautiful land, guys. And it's your brother Chief Mac bringing you guys the truth. And we're telling our own story, guys. And not allowing them to tell our story because when they tell it, they mix it with lies. Take it in, guys. Got a ship at the top. That's a ship. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's a beautiful building right here, guys. Look at the designs. How beautiful it is. And you want to know what they call our football team and basketball team, the Atlanta Hawks and the Atlanta Falcons? It's because of that bird right there. It has to do with that bird, that falcon. It has to do with that. The phoenix. And you see the word resurgent. Look up that word resurgent, you'll understand why the Atlanta Falcons say rise up. Because the Phoenix is going to rise up again. Find out who the Phoenix is, guys. Chief Mac is opening you guys up to some deep revelations, guys. And every building in Atlanta, Georgia has the word resurgent. All the Tartarian ancient structures, even the police cars, the fire station cars, they have resurgent on it, guys. Find out why. I know why. Give you guys some homework to do. But this is ours. Can't nobody take the credit of doing this, my brothers and sisters, but us. The melanated brothers and sisters, the true kings, queens, emperors and empress, gods and goddesses. We are the ones who built this place, and nobody can take the credit for it. And if they try to, that'd be a lie. We can easily debunk. But we built this place, guys. That's right. It's your brother Chief Mac, bringing you our true identity, history, heritage, and culture.
Look at this. This is in New York, man. It's over the Hudson River. You understand? Let the white man tell it. He said he'll tell you he'll build all of this. This was here, so you mean to tell me this was here? So you mean to tell me that the Native Americans that I seen him pray, they was here before this, and they was here longer than this, and they didn't build anything like this? This is what destroys the Native American myth that they try to perpetuate over the so-called just misnomer American Indian, i.e. the Moor. This is how they flip it. Same way, like you mean to tell me that niggas from Europe came from Europe and built this and then let it fall into disrepair to such a degree that today this is all that's left of it. And they was here in that, you mean to tell me the Native American, the bison riding of chasing people, they was here before this and never built nothing like this? And they didn't build the pyramids and the mounds and the cities that was already here, that you put under the marsh, that you put under the swamps. So they didn't build the ancient stuff, and they didn't build the modern ancient megalithic stuff. So what did they do? What did they really do here? What did these niggas really do? What was they really contributing here? They was squatting. They wasn't doing, if you going by their story, they was squatting, having sex with each other women, and killing each other. How is that different to what niggas is doing today? It's even worse for them. I read some crazy statistic a while ago where they said like 4 out of 10 of them niggas is morbid alcoholics. What? A morbid alcoholic. My great uncle was an alcoholic his whole life. He was never morbid about it. I tell you that. I tell you that. He's never morbid about that. He was never morbid about drinking. You know what I'm saying? He was never morbid about that. So this is, like I said, it's there in New York. You're not even, and then you're not letting people even see this. Like with all of the millions that these people got, you figure somebody in the hood would do that? No, we got to do it. Because what it is that they can't do nothing with it. They can't even touch it because this is outside their jurisdiction. So, like I said, so you mean to tell me these Native Americans that was allegedly the first people here was here, and there was pyramids and cities and temples and underground networks and chambers and all of this, and they had nothing to do with that. Then you also had this type of stuff that was also here. Look at the Cordovan arches. What are you talking about? This is all Moorish design. Go back and look at the Castle of Lions in Seville. It looked just like this. Grown over. So you mean to tell me they didn't have anything to do with this either, but they were still the first people here? How does that work? How do you do that?
Lie.
She said lie. Yes. You lie about it. That's just how you do it. Look at this. So you know what this means? This means that this goes all the way down into the water. Look at this right here. All the way down. This go all into the mountain. This right here. This go all, you go in here. You go all into the mountain. And whatever we left in here that we don't forgot, this shit go all the way down, thousands of meters down into the water. Look. Look at this. Based on this structure, this is a rotund. Rotunds were hollow. You could go down. This probably goes down into the water. Just like in the movies. It's like in the movies, yo. This is the type of stuff we was doing out here. Thank you, babe. This is the type of stuff we doing out here. You just do it. Thank you. This is how we living out here. It's right in New York.
So what this is right here, guys, this is a watchtower right here. This thing got to be at least 700 to 1,000 years old because it's an ancient palace in the back. And that palace is about 200,000 square foot. Now, this is built by our ancestors, just known as the Tartarians, guy. This is what it is right here. It's a Tartarian structure. This right here is a watchtower. Now, up that hill right there, what you see right there, that mound, there are cannons up there. Let's go take a look at it, guys. Okay, so guys, we made it up this mound, this hill, and you can see later on when the white people got here, they put that statue right there. And that statue wasn't here in the beginning stages. So, right here, guys. See those cannons right there? These ancient cannons. These cannons wrapped around all the way around, but they took them down. See this right here, guys? They're still in pristine condition. Look at these cannons, guys. That's marble. Our people are magnificent, guys. That is marble. Beautiful right there. And this is still operatable, guys. Still up. Now these right here, they wrapped around all the way around, but they took the rest of them and they just got these two right here remaining. See that? So whatever this place was, it was an empire. And these folks didn't play. It was an empire. Yep, so that's that giant watchtower right there, guys. Built by the melanated people here in the Americas before anybody got here. Look at this power, man. Might, brute. Ancient watchtower to protect this palace that we're about to see in just a second, guys. Built by the melanated brothers and sisters during the Tartarian days, our ancestors. But brothers and sisters, this is right here what they call the west wing of the castle, this palace, here in Atlanta, Georgia. And just so many of you know that Atlanta is actually the Atlantis, the country, Georgia, and it's actually Jerusalem. As you look at the maps, the actual map of the real cities and the countries that America is named after. Because the states are really countries. But look at this right here, guys. Look how beautiful. Look at the architecture of that right there, guys. And here in Atlanta, we got the Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta Hawks. And when you see that right there, guys, you see that right there where it says resurgent. Look up what that word means, guys. This awakening is magnificent. And that's the Falcon. They saying rise up. The reason they say rise up is because that resurgent means that we shall rise up from the ashes once again. So this right here is the backside of this palace, guys. This ancient Tartarian palace right here. This thing is huge. It is huge. It's gotta be at least 200,000 square feet, guys. Several different layers of basements, guys. If you guys see here, down the line, they put this mirror of so-called JC. You know, when they came in, so we don't fall for that. That right there was put that later on, right there. But this is built by the Tartarian ancestors of the melanated brothers and sisters in the Americas, guys. And you see this design on the floor. Look how beautiful that is, guys. Look how beautiful that is right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. So check it out, guys. From that end, all the way there is an ancient castle here in Atlanta, Georgia, guys. That's right, your brother Chief Mac is bringing you a true identity, history, heritage, and culture. Nobody can take the credit of building this building with our people, guys. So we come from a rich line, guys. Atlanta is actually that Jerusalem. This castle right here gotta be standing at least 200,000 square feet. So I'm taking a journey around this this magnificent palace, guys. It is a palace. Look at all this land, guys. Look at all of this land. This thing got to be sitting on a lease from about 50,000 acres. 50,000 acres. This is just one side of it, guys. Just one side. All this plush land hidden in plain sight, guys. And I bring people out here to show them what this land is. What's in Atlanta. Look at this castle, guys. There had to be some powerful people of importance that built this right here. This is amazing. Take it in, guys. Take it in, brothers and sisters. Look at this ancient palace here in Atlantis, in Atlanta, Georgia, hidden in plain sight. There you go, guys. Check this out. More like it's a bell inside there. Beautiful. I can imagine at the beginning stage this thing was built, man, it was just magnificent. And it's so peaceful out here. You got a lot of deers, wild turkeys out here because this is peaceful land. And look at this beautiful tree right here, the tree of life. We got a small replica of a tree, the tree of life, on this land. Beautiful. Check it out. Still plus green in December. Yep. Every stone was strategically placed, guys. Look at this. And it's just an honor to be able to touch such history, might, power, and glory. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. The West End, guys. How beautiful this place is.
You know, this is the music. This is the
Strategically placed, guys. Beautiful.
These are the castles in the Mississippi River. These castles in the middle of the Mississippi River in St. Louis were said to be built in the 1880s by a guy named William Eames Cap. These castles are much older. These castles overlook the Cahokia Mounds right on the shore of the Mississippi River, right at that point. These people have lied to us in American history. They didn't build any of these buildings. Aboriginal Negro people built these buildings. This is William Eames. These are some more buildings they said that he built. You think he built that? Do you think he built this? Be realistic. In the 1800s, these buildings were already here. Look at it. Masonic Temple built, no cap. We know the truth now.
Of these buildings all around here, as I told in class last night, they're ours. They belong to us. They're ancient, these buildings. There's a whole city underneath this city. They went and burned all the major cities, the major energy centers. Our ancestors set up these energy centers that we call Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Atlanta, Detroit, right? Chicago, Miami, Los Angeles, they are energy centers. They're not where they are in huge, large cities just because of some coincidence. There's energy and power in these places. London, Rio de Janeiro.
Have you guys ever heard about the indigenous castles of America? All of the historians state that our castles was turned into prisons and colleges, with the Alcatraz prison being the most famous one. This is where Queen Khalifa Castle sat. Okay, let's get into how we lost our homes that we built. We've been fighting with the invaders since 1492, but I want to talk about the recent wars. We had our own military over here in America. This is what they don't tell you. A lot of us had to leave our family and children and go fight in this war. With our last stronghold being down in Florida, we had tribes come from all over the world to help us. This is why so-called slavery was still going on in the South in civil wars. The invaders was organized in the North. The invaders from the South would tell the invaders up North that the war is over and that they won. But the whole time, we were still fighting each other. The war was never over, but they started rounding us up, holding us as hostages. Just for the record, we was never slaves. We was POWs. And this is when they started to move inside of our castles. And they seen that we had dungeons on the bottom level. So instead of them building their own jails, they just threw us inside of our ancestors' house. And usually, the warden of the prison would stay up on the top level. These castles are ancient, and it belongs to our ancestors. They don't have enough knowledge or creativity to build something like this. Now, the newer box rectangle buildings, these is considered their newer prisons. But the castles belongs to us, the children of the sun. Peace and ashe.
This is the Smithsonian Castle Museum, found in Washington, D.C. There's a lot of speculation around this building. They're saying it was built between 1847 and 1855. They don't have an exact date because they didn't build it. This is a depiction of black Indians with a castle in the background in that same area. This is the second floor of the Smithsonian Museum. Looks like a solstice, right? Poverty Point, solstice, same thing. We know who built it. The gig is up, man. We know the truth.
stopped in a little town of Austin. There's no real restaurants in this town. They did tell us about a castle. It's called the Stokes Castle. A guy came in the late 1800s and built it. We're gonna go check it out. Let's go take a closer look. So we ended up on a really shady road. There's a historical marker up here. It's called Stokes Castle. And I guess the guy built it in the late 1800s as a status marker. He was a rich guy, and he only lived in it for 2 years before he closed down the mine, and he left the castle. He sold it. So now it's a historical marker. There it is. Wow.
Your destination is on the right.
What's your first thoughts? Pretty amazing for the 1800s. It kind of looks like the ovens. Remember how we said the rocks were shaped and like cut perfect? Look at it's like the same guys.
They got it all barbed wire. It's probably not safe.
He was using steel. Look at that.
Yeah, maybe balconies that you could walk out.
Balconies, look at the doors. There's doors right there. He walked out.
Oh yeah, so he had balconies in that you could walk out and get a good view. That must have been Mr. Stokes' little mine right there. He picked a good area. He had a killer view out here that you could see for miles upon miles. This whole entire ride is just full of history, full of adventure, I guess you could say, and full of things to look at like this. I mean, I would have never guessed that I'd find a castle out here in the middle of Nevada.
Only in Austin. Look at this. Yeah, horses on the freeway. There's a historic marker. Oh man. We turned around. Julian's all, what's this? We're turning around for a pile of rocks. But they're in a formation. It used to be a home.
This was probably a New Pass station. So this was a big fort right here that they had built for people traveling to deliver mail and do whatever they're going to do. They'd stop here. What do you think about that?
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it was built in 1861 also, so
the walls look pretty dang thick too. I don't know, compared to all the other structures, this one's a lot different. It's surprising, because look at this. You see the rocks, it's like, what is that, about 3 feet wide?
Man, it's all grown over in there.
And compared to some of the other places, they put it in a horrible spot. In a ditch right here, you can't see nothing. The flood runs through, it's definitely making a pool right here.
Simpler times, that's for sure. You think you could have lived back then?
It's hard to say nowadays. It's hard to say, because back then they didn't know any better. Nowadays, a lot of things, I mean, if back then you don't know any better, you're taking a dump on the side of a bush, and that's the norm, so.
Yeah, you're a lot tougher, huh? Yeah. What about you? Think you could have?
No problem.
He says that now. We take him camping, he can't even go 2 days without his comb.
I can't. I don't even comb my hair. This guy. That's how you know he's making up lies.
It says to watch for falling rocks, and I can see why. What is this place?
That's weird. You look scared right now. It looks like you walk through right here. Let's go check it out. This isn't made for big people. Oh wow. We've been throwing shoes here for a long time. Trying to rope them to the tree. Jeez. Someone got their shoes all the way to the top. Look at that.
Those things look like they're from 1430.
And there's shoes everywhere here. Where's the crop? Right there. Hey, those Crocs look new. You want a free shoe?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, that was a good throw. He got them all the way up there. What up? Oh.
Come on. That's a tree. Harder than it looks.
No way. Oh well. That was a good throw. They just wouldn't open up.
I mean, there were castles and big, massive buildings in America before Columbus in 1492 and that whole story, before he even got here. So if there were already all these massive castles, massive buildings, and all these people, big people too, before 1492, then how did they have the technology while Christopher Columbus is coming over on his cute, Santa Maria or Pinta or whatever it was, those the 3 ships that they used? And where are those ships? How come we don't see those ships? How come we don't see those today? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Wouldn't those be put in a museum? Wouldn't you put the 3 most important ships of America in a museum? We don't see those either. And that's the thing. There's so many parts that are missing in which we don't see, but then we see all this nonsense over here. What about the Egyptian-like artifacts found in the Grand Canyon? Yes, same exact thing. So you have Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon in Arizona. So were people
You gotta understand, man, we had a thriving society over here. We already had land. We already had a government. It was all being run by us. Look, this was the Cherokee Palace, or what they call the Ananuia Palace. What they call the Corn Palace. This is where our nobility lived, and eventually they shut it down and turned it into a crowd attraction. This was from the Mohawks, and the Mohawks, the Mohegans, anything Mo in it was Moors. You understand? Anything Turner, anything with Turner on it, thus was Moors. Okay? The oldest queen of the whole thing was a Turner. She was a Moor who was receiving treaties and gifts from the King of England. Why would he send a dirty Siberian chick that lived in a wigwam in a wickiup, right, dressed in deerskin and shit? Why would he be sending her any type of silver anything? Why would he do that? Because they wasn't like that. Look. The praying Indians promised their endeavors to reconcile their brethren, the Mohawks, to the French, on whom the French expected they would have much influence, but their endeavors proving ineffectual, their correspondence began to be suspected. The French thought they did more hurt than good by the intelligence. Look, the French surprise and take 3 Mohawk castles. You see why the French gotta go? You see? But who was the French? People still really don't know. You understand? Because the original French Huguenots, those were Moors. Those were the descendants. One of their descendants was George Washington. According to that treaties, he was melanated. So again, somebody lying. But they're giving us the history based upon the fiction that was given to us by their compatriots.
We got to read the signs. They want to close your mind. They got a 7 time when there's no serious crime. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, get up, wake up, get up, wake up, get up. I wake up in the AM and I face east and let the inner God in me be set free. They made light blurry, people can't see, but the truth is right in front of us in HD. Life is filled with situations that we can't focus, so we get down on our knees and tell God that we hopeless. If you open up your mind, then you would notice that our time is right now. That's why I wrote this, to let you know it's time to go. Make your next move be your best move for show. Keep your click tight and ammunition real close, cause ain't no telling when somebody kicking down that door. We got to read the signs. They wanna close your mind. They got a 7 time when there's no serious crime. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, get up, wake up, get up, wake up, get up. Rise and shine, time to open your eyes to see the truth that we all been lied to. The system is designed to imprison your mind as well as your spirit and your body combined. My people perish for a lack of knowledge and not the BS that they teach you in college. The education program dishonors you, and whose God are you really paying homage to? They want us dead or locked up, it's a silent war. The devil's coming to steal, kill, and destroy. Their plan is to get rid of the brother man, so they can take over the motherland. We got to read the signs. They wanna close your mind. They got a 7 time when there's no serious crime. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, get up, wake up, get up, wake up, get up.
Horrific journey, soul searching with my compass. Miss me with that negative nonsense. I'm a prince, ladies and gents. Hieroglyphics of blueprints. White man took it, left footprints, but that past tense. Stress or knock a nigga unconscious if you lack confidence. Brainwash talking redundant. They feed off your nonchalantness. Americans homeless trying to fix this mess. Now who blessed? Nevertheless, money just a tender with interest. Round apartments, move us up regardless. Stuck in this struggle, you can't afford it. Working overtime, but job ain't paying shit. Wake up.
We got to read the signs. They wanna close your mind. They got a 7 time when there's no serious crime. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, get up, wake up, get up, wake up, get up. Fucking situation, the way they got it all planned. There won't be none of us surviving. They're taking over all
So as you see, we have a lot of castles here in America. And somebody needs to explain who built these castles. We know who built these castles. And we know who didn't build these castles. The TP Nation people didn't build these castles. If so, they will be in castles and not in teepees. So we know they didn't build this. They didn't build these buildings. We built them. Same people who built the White House. Same people who built the Capitol buildings all over America. It's the same science. If they killed all the Indians off, how did they get the science of building dome-like structures? How did they get the knowledge of building dome-like structures if they so-called killed all the Indians off? And these Indians were in teepees. If they was in teepees and they killed off all the Indians, how did they get the mathematics? How did they get the blueprint? We still here. Benjamin Banneker made the almanac. America is the mother and father of all civilization. From America, or the Americas, we went across the world building, learning new areas so we could put the pieces of the puzzle together. This is how we came up with a universal mindset, by traveling, going across the world. This is the reason why we have the infinite knowledge here. From America, we went to Asia. Like you hear a lot of people say Tartaria. Ancient America built Tartaria. Ancient America built London, Britain. Ancient America built Rome. Ancient America civilized Africa. Ancient America built Egypt. Ancient America built Sumeria. Ancient America built India. Everybody else are invaders, are students to what we had to bring. This is the reason why everybody in the world is here in America. Nobody's flooding to Tartaria. Nobody's flooding to Africa. Nobody's flooding to Egypt. Nobody's flooding to Asia, China, Japan. Nobody's flooding India, the Middle East. But they are flooding America. America is the true old world that people are willing to give up their livelihood where they at to cross borders here. Stand up, America. We are the true Americans. We built the world, and we built America. Emperor Bakaru, and I'm out.